Grand risings, my darlings. I hope that we're all doing swell. I'm Card Readings with Jamie, and we are back with another collective reading. I hope that we're all doing swell. So yes, let's have a look at your energy today. We'll be doing the podcast as well. Hello, Trudgy. Hello, Linda. I also worked out how to get my sign back to black and white instead of white on black. It's a white on white. So I've managed to sort that after we did the freebie earlier, which is slightly annoying. Hello, Claudia. Also, guys, don't forget to do my daily heart meets as well. The 2 gifts are in the gift goal. Ask how we can complete the gift goal today. Okay, we are trying to complete my gift gallery. We are. So, let's get the podcast ready. Got like 2 security alerts. We just have to re-log into my... I'm streaming to YouTube on. Hello, Alicia. Also, chat, if we can get the Life Coach Oracle, okay, as well, we'll be able to use that tomorrow, because I can order it tonight, so it comes tomorrow. We also want to use the Beyond one, which is the smaller one. Hello, Lisa. Okay. So, what should I start off with? Don't really want to start off with tarot. Because we did that yesterday. Thank you for the heart me. So what we're going to probably start off with today is some nice extended Lenormand. We will. Then probably going to put a kipper as well. Probably being the keyword. So yeah. Oh. Could be an Amazon parcel or something. We'll start the podcast in 1 sec, guys. Let's just let the dog stop barking for now. Okay, hello. Hello. How are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Thank you for the heart me's. So if we get any big gifts over 1,000 in the live, or any donations in the live, okay, any donations in the live, I will also be giving shout outs. Okay, so if you donate on TikTok, like to my PayPal, Stripe, or buy me a coffee, you'll get a shout out. You can do it on YouTube as well. If you gift on my TikTok 1,000 coins or more, you'll also get a shout out on the podcast as well. So I do shout out the big ones. Okay, you should be famous with all the great videos you're making. Thank you, my darling. Hello, Lakshmana. I'm quite popular on TikTok. I have 18,000 on TikTok. I do 18,700. Hello, Shelley. So, without further ado, let's start the podcast. Now, the dogs have stopped barking. That's my famous last words, is they all start barking. Once again, won't they? Has this turned off? I think it has. How do I turn it back on? Okay, I think I've turned it back on. Yes, I've turned it back on. There we go. That had powered off annoyingly. So I hope it doesn't do that halfway through the podcast. We might have to restart the podcast or just give up. So, yeah, so that'll be a bit annoying. Someone put, how did the picture end up in jail? It was framed. That is awful. Funny but awful. Thank you for the roses, my darling. Why does this keep turning off? Why do you keep turning off?
The internet?
No. My microphone. You going to stay working? You going to stay attached? Or do you need a charge? Do I have my other... 1 sec. Hey, Mum, where did we put the box? Could you quickly get it me, please? Thanks. Please. Thank you. I do. I do. I will. I helped with the dogs earlier. I was working, that was different. Thank you.
We'll stop.
Okay.
I know
We will start the podcast in 1 second. This has somehow died on me. I need to put that on charge in a bit. I will start the podcast very soon, I promise. Thank you for the roses. Hey, earlier I asked for reading and said thoughts instead of feelings. Sorry about that, Rose. Either way, I still wouldn't know how to do it, Rose, because tarot only does energy. It won't tell you your thoughts or feelings. Okay. Right. Are you going to turn on and stay on? And how do you attach? Do you go in that way? You do. Okay. So this one's staying on a little bit longer. Let's just give it like a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds just to make sure it stays on. I don't want it to die on me mid-podcast. Okay, I feel like this one's going to stay on longer, so we're going to go with this one because the other one stopped. Oh, Rose, you don't need to stay quiet, my darling. So what it's basically saying is tarot does the energy of the person. So if you ask her thoughts or feelings is another word for thoughts. Okay? So if you answer someone's feelings, you're basically asking what are they thinking. Okay, my darling, which tarot doesn't do. So, we've now got that working. That's now plugged in. That is actually working now, which is good. This one will go on charge, and then I'll use this one tomorrow, charge this one up at the same time. I need to buy a separate lead for this one, because it only comes with one lead for some reason, but hey-ho. So, let's start the podcast, and let's see what we get. I usually don't have an issue that... Oh, so basically, I've changed my thoughts on it, Rose, from stuff I've seen. And I've also realised I struggle when I do people's thoughts and feelings I do. So I'm sort of moving away from the stuff I struggle with so I can stick more professional. It is. So that's the only reason why. And I find when you do the thoughts and feelings of someone, I find it's a very short reading and sort of worthless. As in, it's worthless to me. It might not be worthless to that person. But I can always do the thoughts and feelings when it's freebie if you want. I just won't do it paid. Right, let's start the podcast. Let's see. Thank you for the amazing nails. Thank you. Grand risings, my beautiful souls. I hope that we're all doing absolutely swell today. I sure am. So let's see what your energy is and what your vibe is today. Let's have a look. Remember, if you would like to view these podcasts live, don't forget you can follow my YouTube or my TikTok or all of my social medias. That really does help. It's card readings with Jamie on there. As on this podcast, I'm just Jamie from the Warlock's Cottage. So let's see what you need to know. We're going to start off with the Lenormand, okay? More specifically, the Gilded Revere Lenormand Expanded Edition. And let's see what you guys need to know from it and what it's worth for you to know. Let's have a look. So, we've got the Sun, we've got the Stork, and we've got the Compass. What this is suggesting here is I feel like a lot of you need to choose a new direction. Okay, a lot of you need to choose a new way, okay? At the same time, what I'd also say for you guys as well is I do feel with the Stork is there will be new beginnings coming towards you as well, okay? What I'd also say here is I feel the new beginnings are going to be a lot more positive than they once were. They're going to give you a lot more positivity towards you, okay, my darlings, as well. What I'd also say for you as well, my dears, is I feel with this new direction is you need to sort of get help, okay? Allow people in to help you with the new direction as well so that they can show you where you need to go and what you need to do, okay? What I would also say for you as well, my darlings, is I do feel that you need to find your foundation. Okay, because we've got the anchor and we've got the snake. I feel like you guys need to find your own foundation because you are the ones that are poisoning yourself. It's not necessarily other people poisoning you. It is you poisoning yourself, okay? And this is where you need to be careful. Because I feel the more negative you are towards yourself, the more negative you're going to be in general, okay? So almost watch where you are going, okay? almost watch where you are going. We got the tree. With the tree, what this is showing here is it's almost affecting your mental health. It is thus affecting you. Okay, and this is where you've got to be careful with your mental health, is how much are you affecting it and what are you doing to it to help yourself, which is nothing. Okay, and this is why you need to sort of watch your energy and watch what you are doing. Okay. Okay, my darlings. At the same time, I feel like you need to communicate your feelings. You got the birds. Okay, you need to communicate your feelings a lot more. On the bottom of the deck, we have the dice, which is card 39 in this deck. And with that, what that is suggesting here is, with the dice, it is suggesting that you need to take a gamble. Okay, it is suggesting that you need to watch what you are doing, but at the same time sort of gamble, take a try. Okay, try something new. Okay, my darlings, see what's happening. See where you can go with it. See what you can do with it. Okay. What I would also say for you is, again, communicate your feelings. Okay, to other people. Allow other people to feel your energy. Feel what is happening with you. Okay, my darlings. What I'd also say here for you guys as well is, I fear not a lot of you are doing your journals or your diaries that you have set yourself. So a lot of you have set yourself as a diary or journal so that you can journal or diarise your feelings. And I feel a lot of you said you were going to do this, and in the end you just slowly moved yourself away from this. Okay, someone is asking in the chat, what deck is this? This is the Gilded Revere Lenormand Expanded Edition that we're using for today's podcast. But yeah, going back to the reading, is you need to have a look at where you're going, okay, and how you're going to carry on with that journal. What are you going to do to carry on with that journal? Okay, are you going to do anything? And the answer is yes, you will. Okay, but you always go through this cycle. Excuse that really big breathe in then. But yeah, a lot of you are going through this cycle. Okay, and this is where you are stuck because you don't know how to break the cycle. Okay, so what I would say here is break that cycle and keep on using your brain to write those diaries. Okay, even if you have to write a list out and every day and go, what am I doing today? That will be part of it, no matter what. Okay, you need to cut out all the negative people. I don't care if that's your brother, your mother, your father, okay, if they're being negative towards you and it's happening all the time, remove yourself from the situation if you're old enough to. Especially if it's a brother or sister, you can always remove yourself from the situation by shutting the door in their face and not talking to them. Okay, by being the bigger person. Okay. I fear quite a lot of you aren't doing this. Okay, a lot of you are not doing this, and this is where you're struggling. Okay, my darlings, no matter what you do, you fall back. And if you want to help yourself, you'll stop falling back. Okay, you'll keep moving forwards and you'll keep falling forwards. I feel like a lot of you guys, especially the masculine, are becoming a little bit more sly. I also feel the feminine as well, but I feel it is more headed towards the masculine energy. Is that you're being sly with yourself because you think it's not masculine to write a diary. It's not masculine to, write a journal. It's the same old thoughts with a male wearing nails, for example. It's apparently not masculine. Okay. And what that is basically suggesting here is you have to move outside of the social construct that people have created to feel safe, because they're not happy with what their selves are, so they make sure other people don't get happy. You need to make it, okay? You have to do it. And that is not always going to be easy. Okay, we've got the rider and we've got the whip. This is suggesting here is that you need to put in the effort and you have to crack that whip on yourself to keep moving forwards, okay? You have to keep cracking that whip no matter what. If you want to move forwards, make yourself move forwards, okay? It is going to be a nightmare and a half too, but it will be worth it, okay? It will be worth it. Right, let's see what else you get from this deck. Right, you need to be a little bit more blunt. Okay, if you want the help, which is the bear and the lilies mixed in together, you need to be a bit more blunt, my darlings. You need to be a little bit more fair. Okay, and sometimes that involves showing self-love. Okay, and that will create the bluntness between other people as you're showing your self-love. You're showing that you love yourself when other people cannot be bothered to show it themselves, which makes you bigger than the other person, which is what you've got to start to realise. Okay, let me pull you a card from my rummy deck. Let's have a look at what you get from this deck. Okay, let's see what card you get. It's quite a beautiful deck, one of my favourites. I don't use it enough, but we're going to start using it more, especially for these podcasts. So let's have a look at what you get. Let's see. Remember, if you do want to follow the Warlock's Cottage, the only social I have for the Warlock's Cottage is Instagram, and it's literally called the Warlock's Cottage and Threads. Okay, so if you would like to follow that, you may, and we will post a card on there every day. So we got the Sacred Soul Sister. Okay, as you can see, a very beautiful deck, a very lustrous deck as well. And it says, when you are beyond, by the way, I'm dyslexic, so it will take me a minute to read. Conscientiousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. You know something deep in your bones. It doesn't have to make sense. It may be joy, or it may be the realization that a deep inner pain is being released now, so that joy may arise. It may be that something is going to work out beautifully despite appearance to the contrary. It may be that you are meant to take a certain path. You just know. Okay? Now I can tell you now, when I feel in my bones, for example, if I don't like somebody, then I will tell them I don't like them. I don't need no reason. And I can tell you now, my mum have gone, how do you know you don't like that person? My response to that is, I don't. I can just feel it in my bones. And 90% of the time, actually 100% of the time, I am right. Basically. Okay? We have sadly come to the end of this podcast today. But thank you so much for listening. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now, my darlings. Right, that was done. That was nice. Have a good one, my darling. Thank you for keeping on. You're welcome, my darling. But I am live on TikTok as well, so don't worry, you're not my only viewer. I'm live on multiple platforms. Hello, Rose. Love the cereal. I don't know what that name is. Deck. It's. Oh my god! How the hell did you know that from looking at the things? It's the Gilded Reveal Element. I'm guessing that's the person who wrote it. It is. Oh, someone that also knows the Element decks. How nice. So we managed to do a full reading with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 with 20 cards. That's amazing. Normally takes me more than 20 cards to do a reading, but we managed to do 10-minute reading, 10-minute, 38-second reading. I wish you did that yesterday. I could tell you that you were muted the entire time. I was muted. Was I muted for that whole live? You sure? Oh, on April Fool's Day. Oh, ha, ha, ha. You got me there then. But yeah, with that live, I'm just going to check what my microphone sounds like before I upload it. Give me one sec. Grand risings, my beautiful souls. I hope that will Yeah, that works. Share. Energy check in and how to work with your energy. In this episode, we are doing an energy check in. What am I doing now? Posting the podcast and then popping off for a nice relaxing bath while probably watching Vikings or some crap in it, to be quite frank. So yeah. So yeah, that's uploading now. That's off. Do I have Netflix? Yes. Are you available for private with my remaining minutes tomorrow? If you 30 minutes. If you say it again, Mum. On WhatsApp. Oh, it's just Rose. Rose, if you message me on Instagram or WhatsApp, my darling, and we can sort it out. Hello, RJ. Hello, someone on TikTok. I mean, not TikTok, YouTube. Tomorrow, if I get this phone actually charged up by tomorrow, we will be also streaming to the Warlock's Cottage on Instagram for the collective reading, probably in the afternoon of the podcast, because I forgot I have an Instagram account dedicated to the podcast. So we will be streaming over on that as I make the podcast. If you want to listen to my podcast, you can. My podcast is on all podcasting apps. There are 7 episodes right now. It's on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podcast Chaser, and Pod Chaser and GeoSavan. Okay, so we'll be streaming it's live on all of those. Thank you for the follow, and other podcasting apps as well. You will be able to listen to it over on Instagram as soon as I start my live up tomorrow. Okay, so thank you all so much for listening in. I'll be live again tomorrow for paid live, as it is Thursday tomorrow, and we'll also hopefully, if we do have time to make episode 7, I will tomorrow. So Tulipip for now. Thank you all so much for your support. It really does mean a lot to me, and I will see you all in the next one. Tulipip for now.